Hey, this is Ali, and today I want to talk about Galarian Slowpoke, but mainly Galarian Slowbro. Today we got so much more information about Pokemon Sword and Shield's first expansion, the Isle of Armor, and we got to see Galarian Slowbro. So I want to take a second to kind of delve into maybe some lore behind it, origin, what have you, just to kind of get familiar with them, because I think they're really interesting Pokemon, and I want to learn more about them. So, Galarian Slowpoke is a cutie, but not so different from its other form that we're familiar with. The stark difference is the yellow on top of its head and tail. Now, the reason for the yellow on the head could even signal something like a crown, considering that would fit well with the Galar region and theme. But from what we know, Galarian Slowpoke get like that, maybe based on their diet. It's the alluring Galarica spice. The Slowpoke of the Galar region used to eat the seeds of a certain plant that grew in their habitat, as it was their favorite food. These seeds were in fact Galarica seeds, used to this day as an essential spice for cooking. The Slowpoke and Galar built up particles of the spice in their bodies over several generations, eventually gaining the unique appearance and behavior they are known for today. So perhaps this yellow is from their diet. But it also mentions behavior, stating that once in a while they might get a very sharp look in their eyes, but they'll soon revert back to their zoned out expression. It's thought that this behavior is caused by the accumulated Galarica particles stimulating the brain, resulting in something tremendous, only for the Galarian Slowpoke to immediately forget what it had just thought of. So someone had mentioned a theory about the yellow tail and head being toxic due to the diet, and therefore the Shellder, who would normally clamp onto these areas, do not. The bright yellow toxic warning reminds me of a bright poisonous frog, honestly. But this doesn't quite fit well with anything else. It simply had me thinking that perhaps a Shellder would then avoid these parts and instead clamp onto something, say, like an arm. Galarian Slowbro clearly had gotten its arm clamped onto rather than the tail. But another important thing to note is that the Galarian Slowbro gains the poison typing when Shellder clamps on. If it's a Slowpoke, it's only psychic. From the newly released information on Galarian Slowbro, a Shellder bite sets off a chemical reaction with the spices inside Galarian Slowpoke's body, causing Galarian Slowbro to gain the poison type. Is Shellder assumed to be maybe venomous? Could Shellder be found in the Galar region have built up an immunity to the toxic spice so long as it bites, say, an arm? Take that frog mentioned earlier. Even the frog has a predator who built up an immunity to the toxins. Could the Shellder's toxins interact with Slowpokes to create that poison typing? Take another real-life animal example. The Asian tiger snake is an animal who is both venomous and poisonous. It becomes poisonous by sequestering toxins from its prey, which consists of venomous toads. Now, I know Pokemon is different than real-life animals, and the animals mentioned aren't exactly fitting with the Galar image, but it was just something I was thinking about. We do know that the Shellder interacting with Slowpoke via a bite does cause the poison typing, though. The previous Slowbro had talk of Shellder venom making Slowbro immune to pain, and that Slowbro will sometimes, quote, become inspired if the Shellder bites hard enough. Now, the information on the Galarian Slowbro is a bit different. It states that sometimes unconsciously the Shellder will bite down harder on Slowbro's arm, causing an itch that drives Slowbro to start swinging its arm around and smashing its surroundings, which makes Galarian Slowbro a highly dangerous Pokemon. So Slowbro probably feels something there, an itch, sure. Maybe the venom idea is different for these Pokemon because of the varied diets. Another interesting part of Galarian Slowbro is facing off against strong opponents and activating the stimulants in its body, sending them coursing through its nervous system and delivering a jolt. The expression sharpens, and Slowbro gets a speed that puts even the quickest reflexes to shame. Slowbro readies its Shellder and makes poisonous liquid shoot from the Shellder's tip. Perhaps it is a fight-or-flight response against a strong enemy, and the chemicals running through their nervous system reacts quickly, whereas for a different Slowpoke, there might be a numbing effect created by the venom, and we don't see this sharp or quick reflexes. I'm not too sure. All in all, I'm excited to see Galarian Slowbro. I'm excited to learn more about them in the future, and this video was simply my ideas surrounding the purple poison boy, and not to be anything too serious. Hopefully this was just something entertaining as we wait until June 17th for the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield's Isle of Armor expansion. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you next time.